Alright, hey guys, what's going on? It's Cody Sell here, and in this video we're going to be doing a top-down analysis on Euro New Zealand starting from the monthly time frame. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to get an overall view here of this monthly chart. As you can see, we are down here towards our lifetime lows here, which is significant because it gives me an idea of what price might be looking to do soon. So I'm going to go ahead and mark, let's see here, I'll mark our recent low. I will mark this area in here was significant. This area in here was also significant. Let me see if I can. Okay, and then the next area to the downside I'll be watching is this area here. Now, this is going to be a tougher chart in terms of the monthly because there's not really enough data over here to give us an idea of, you know, where our definitive levels are. So you're really going to only be able to use, let me see if I can get my line here. Because price hasn't really been down here that much, we have these areas in here, and as you can see, if I drag this through here, we've got a confluence here as well for this level, and this is going to be one of those charts that's a little harder to read simply because the market is more volatile. So it looks like for this level here, which let me check the wick here. I'm actually going to use the wick up here on this one using these previous confluences. You guys can see we busted through, strong candle, held, came back, busted through, retested, retested. So I think this is the level I want to use here. I'm happy with this level down here. And these levels down here, I'm not too going to bring this up to here and bring this up as well. Okay, so ultimately what I'm looking at is we came down, we bounced, we came through, we held, big candle, broke through both ways. And then we came down, we struggled, we broke, we retested, we headed down, we've broken up, we've retested, and we're heading up. So I'm happy with this level here. And this level down here I need to have marked simply because it's our recent swing low for this entire move. So now that we've got these levels determined here, I'm happy with them. Let's go ahead and look at a couple other things. I've got this major peak up here, which we're currently at. And I have a more recent, let me see if I can get this correct here. I'm going to go ahead and take out this initial push up here and bring it down. Aha. Okay. So, interesting here. Okay, so I'm just trapping the price here between significant supports and resistances. So, we've got an overall arching descending trend line here, which if you guys look previously, we have broken all of our significant descending trend lines coming up. So we are ultimately looking bullish here as we continue to break these down and head up. And you can see we had a significant one here, which I can extend all the way through here. But it has broken and retested, and we're heading up again. So we do have a counter trend line down here that is another support. So we have a lot of support down here. But with that being said, we are coming up on a major monthly resistance. So we're in an interesting area, and this month has not yet closed. So we could very well see a close inside this trend line, a retest back down to this level before we see things break. So I'm happy with the monthly analysis here. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. And so I'm going to go ahead and head down to the weekly. Okay, a little bit more information here. So on the weekly, it looks like we have had a strong break of this trend line. So we are heading up. We've closed outside on the weekly. Our next weekly candlestick here looks like it's struggling a little bit, giving us a retest, and we know that we should, in general, we're either going to be heading up to this monthly support or we're going to be heading back down to retest this monthly trend line. So we have a lot of monthly levels here. We do get another weekly level, which I'm going to mark here. This swing high that came through and we struggled again, broke through. I'm going to mark this area because it's likely that we will see a retest through this area. So you know I like to do my weekly levels a little bit thinner than my monthly levels so I can tell the difference, but it's a very highly likely situation here. I'm going to mark it out for you guys. Let's see. On the weekly is that we will get a retest because we are due for a retest, and then we will see a continuation up to this next monthly level. So that is my bias. We could just continue on to the next monthly level from here, but we are due for this retest. So I would expect the retest rather than just continuing on to the monthly level. So another thing on the weekly that I can see is we have this ascending trend line here, which I'm going to make black. Coming up, it looks like we also have the other side of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of this, and I'm going to make this a channel. Boom. If I bring this back, you guys can see how nice and clear this channel has been. So another confluence for this being our upside target here, this monthly level, is that it's also the top of this channel. So that's just another reason. In terms of a pullback, we're looking at the 50% level of this channel, which, as you guys know, is a significant level. So the pullback is also gets more confluence here with this channel. And in terms of the weekly, that's all I'm really going to look at. You guys can see, and I'm not going to leave these marked because it's just going to add clutter, but we've had weekly trend lines coming down here, which have just continued to break and retest. This recent one here, okay, broke, retested, continued on. So that's also, you've also been seeing it on these lower time frames here, but we had a pretty clear picture on the monthly, so I'm going to leave it like that and head down to the daily. Okay, so our daily time frame, just gathering more and more of the picture here. So look at this daily time frame. We have a bearish exhaustion candle right here. So again, more confluence that we should be seeing this retracement right here down to this level, and then a continuation back to the upside. So I'm going to get rid of this because I'm not going to be trading this. I'm going to be trading the pullback. And you can see this current day we are bearish, looking to continue to head down. I will say on this daily chart we have this trend line here. So we might not see a full pullback to the weekly, or we might get wicked down to the weekly. So I'm going to adjust our plan here a little bit. Something like so. Okay, and we might see a wick down to the weekly level, so just be prepared for that. But ultimately, this area in here, let's see if I can mark this. This area in here is a strong pullback zone for a long opportunity. So let's go ahead. I think that's all I really want to mark on this daily time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to the 4 hour. Mostly was just noting that bearish exhaustion candle. You guys can see now here on the 4 hour, we have the evening star formation, which is what formed that bearish exhaustion on the daily chart. And we are looking to head down now. Structurally, very interesting, guys, check this out. So structurally here on the 4 hour, our significant recent swing low, which is the level that will keep us in bullish structure, also aligns perfectly with our retracement zone. And we know that our most popular retracement area is the recent swing high, which I will have marked here. And let's go ahead and I will change the thickness of this. Okay. So, and you guys make sure if you're like marking your recent swing high, that in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it, just to keep it different from my levels, I'm going to use this. Okay. So again, more confluence for this pullback. Back right here in this region here, we could see price shoot off from here. We could see price shoot off from here. But ultimately, this is our zone. And I can tighten this up here. This is our zone for retracement that we are going to be looking to go long. So let's see. Is there anything else on the 4 hour? 4 hour, guys. 4 hour time frame. We are currently at the 4 hour trend line. We very well should see this break retest and head down, and we should get the formation of a counter trend line coming down. And this right here, and I can adjust this daily trend line here, just make it a little more accurate. Okay, so this right here, guys, this is going to be our trading plan. So we could either see a deep retracement to this level that has multiple confluences, or we could see a retracement down to, get rid of this on the screen here, down to this level where we then continue to the upside. Okay, so this is ultimately our trading plan. We don't have any other trading plan right now. If price were to break through all of this and continue to head down, we would address that at a later time. But right now, we want to use what we have from our higher time frames to form a bias, and we want to trade a reaction confirming our bias. So with that being said, we can head down to the 1 hour, but understand, and look guys, on this 1 hour chart here, this 4 hour level has already broken. Okay, so can you guys see that? The 4 hour level is already broken. Let me tighten this up. So we had this rejection here from the level, and then another slight rejection, but clearly there was no strength in the buyers here. And then boom, we had a break, and now we are expecting that this 1 hour candle will hold as a retest, and then we will see price continue to drop. Now, we don't have a trading opportunity right now on this time frame. You guys can sell, that's fine, you can sell, but understand that it's extremely risky and it's counter trend. So ultimately what we want to do now that we're down here on the hour, there's no sense in going down to the 15-minute at this time. Ultimately what we want to do is just start to formulate our trading setup. So we want to formulate our trading setup. So I'm kind of looking at this level here. We've broken this as well. So our retest might not make it all the way back to here. Might just hold right here, and then we should get a nice sell-off. So if you guys want to take this sell trade right here, it's a great risk to reward. You can take this trade. It will be slightly riskier though. Understand that it's riskier because it's counter trend. So stop loss will be up here in this area. You will close manually if price gets back inside of this trend line and breaks above this resistance. So first target will be here at about 109 or 110 or so pips. Second target will be down here in this area towards 180. I wouldn't personally, if I were you guys, I would not take it past this point. I would take your profits here, and then if price were to break through, wait for the buying opportunity. So this is a setup you can take on the lower time frame, but ultimately what you guys are going to want to happen here is you're going to want to see this formation of a counter trend line all the way back through. So what you guys want to see is price comes down, price comes up, price comes down, price comes up, price comes down, price comes up, and then boom, now you have this counter trend line, and you can trade the break, the retest, and the continuation on along with your higher time frame bias. And this right here will be the ultimate trade setup. And the risk to reward will be fantastic. You guys can hold as long as you would like for this trade, ultimately understanding the target will be here at about 380 or so pips, give or take, of course, because the setup could occur anywhere in this area. But that's how you want to formulate this trade based on multiple time frame analysis. And this is the Euro New Zealand market. So I hope you guys got some value from this video.